Hey there guys, it's Limits here, and today I'm going to be telling you how to make these types of thumbnails for Modern Warfare 2 videos. Now to do this, you have to be pretty decent at Photoshop, know the basics, because I'm going to go kind of quick when we get to the Photoshop part, because it's hard to get in depth with that. If you want a longer video of me getting in depth with it, I'll make it, just comment down below. But to start off, to get the screenshot, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go into Private Match, and when you get to Private Match, put it on Free-for-all. Once on free-for-all, change the map you want. It can be any map you want a screenshot on. And then make sure you have the class that you want with the gun, with whatever camo on you want. You have to go into settings, change to tier 1, and make the time unlimited. And then start the game. Now once you're in the game, you can go around getting your screenshots as you do see here on screen. Take as many as you want, bring them into Photoshop to see which one you like the most. Now once you do that, we're in Photoshop. As you see here in Photoshop, I got my screenshot. The first thing I do is I like to duplicate the layer, duplicate the screenshot. When I duplicate the screenshot, there should be two layers. I'm going to go to the top layer and I'm going to add blur, motion blur. I usually add about 30% motion blur on these pictures, because anything higher than I actually have to go through and edit out the gun. This is a quick tutorial to show you how to do these thumbnails really fast. In other tutorials, it takes a long time to do these. But in this tutorial, it is very easy. So what you're going to do now is you're going to start to erase around the gun and the hand and anything you don't want to be blurred out in your thumbnail. The reason you do this is because it brings it to the forefront. Other people mask it out. If I really am making a thumbnail that I try to make and know it's going to be on a very important video, I'll do that. But it looks very good if you just erase, as you do see here on screen. So once you're done erasing and that you have it how you look as you do see here on screen, what you're going to do is you're going to want to add a gradient. Now the gradient is up to you. Normally a blue to white to a lighter blue is good, a red to white to a lighter red. Purple is okay because you're going to have to go purple to pink. It depends on the map. If it's a night map, that'll look really nice. But if you're on a day map, try to stick to red or blue or yellow. The reason you're doing this is because you're trying to add color, and adding color to your thumbnails always makes them pop. The second thing you're going to do down here is after you add the gradient, you want to go to vibrance. Turn the vibrance up and add a little bit of contrast. It's going to make your game look very bright in the thumbnail and pop out much more. Now, the next step is you're going to want to go online and find an overlay. If you want something in like the foreground, like I'm currently looking up cache overlay, so I can have a cache overlay on this. And you're going to want to drag that into Photoshop, and once you get into Photoshop, put it on the blending mode overlay. The reason you put it on the blending mode overlay is because it blends into the image and it looks really nice. It's not popping out too much, but it just adds a little bit more to the image. Now, once you're done with that, text you don't have to have, but I would recommend. So the way I do text is I type in what I want, as you see here on screen, look for my font, find my font, and now I need to work on my blending modes. Now I usually stick to white to gray or gray to white. I add some inner glow and some drop shadow and a little bit of outer glow. Now with the outer glow, I usually keep it the color whatever the gradient is. So if it's a blue, I usually make it a light blue, mixture between the dark blue, and I'll barely turn it up. It adds a little bit of pop to your text. Now after that, the way I get it behind the gun is you're gonna want to go to this tool on the side here with the little paintbrush tool with the little dotted lines. You're gonna go there, turn down the opacity on your font so you can see the gun, and then just go around and start highlighting the gun as you do see here on screen. And then you want to go back up to your text, and then you want to make sure you rasterize that layer, and then you can take whatever part of the text out you want because you already have it lined up. It'll pull it out for you and just drag it off the screen and then deselect it. Now once you do that, your text should be behind your gun and it's looking very good. Sometimes I stop here with thumbnails, but the next thing I normally do is I usually get like a blue color of the sky, or if it's a dark sky, I'll get a darker color, and I'll start going around the image, around in a circle kind of with the paintbrush with a new layer, just painting around, going around in a circle. And while it's gonna look weird right now, but I turn on the opacity and it makes the sky pop even more. This is how you do this in Photoshop. It's very easy. If you don't have Photoshop, you should probably pick it up because it's a very easy way to get into thumbnails, and it makes your thumbnails look a lot better for Modern Warfare 2. So guys, if you want a more in-depth Photoshop tutorial on how to do this, please comment down below and I'll do that. But you already know, it's been Limits, and I'll see you in the next one.